I actually should be somewhat serious about this. My name is Michael Shames, and I'm Executive Director of UCAN, and I guess co-founder. I created UCAN while I was in law school, and so I guess I was a soon-to-be lawyer that knew very little about the law and apparently even less about running nonprofit organizations. Because it needed to be started. Literally, the population of San Diego was crying out for some kind of assistance in dealing with a relentless set of SDG&E rate increases. So in many ways, UCAN was an answer to the call of the San Diego population that felt like they needed somebody to help them deal with this runaway utility. We actually don't provide free legal service. We don't do any legal service, oddly enough. The service we provide to our members and to the general public is assistance, intervention in helping them deal with various utilities or companies offering necessary services. Now, oftentimes we'll find cases or situations that cry out, they're so egregious, they're so, I guess, exploitative, and oftentimes illegal, that we will bring a class action case, not necessarily on behalf of that individual, but on all the individuals who have been affected by this company practice. So to that extent, we engage in legal activities, but we actually don't provide legal services for individuals.
What has been your
Okay. I think I could say that I probably have the best legal job in the world. I mean, think about this. What lawyer wouldn't want to be able to not just help individuals, but to help thousands and in some cases millions of people who have been affected by a questionable or inappropriate practice by a very large company offering necessary services? And what lawyer wouldn't want to have the freedom to be able to take on whatever company he wants with absolutely no restrictions? And what lawyer wouldn't want to be working with people who are passionate, who are fun, who are dedicated, who are doing this because they want to do it and they enjoy it, not because of the money? When you combine those three things together, you literally have the best legal job in the world. And when I'm in court or I'm representing those people who are being affected by these practices, that's exactly what I believe. I'm here because I got the best legal job in the world. I want to do this, and I want to make it count. It does every day. UCAN is proof that one individual who takes the time to call and complain to us can affect hundreds, if not millions of people. So yeah, that one phone call can count for a lot. No, I don't. I truly don't. I feel UCAN is a conglomeration of a lot of different people, not just one individual. So no, I'm not making a difference. Yes, the group that we've assembled are making a big difference. Yeah, actually, yes, I was. In large part, there have been people who helped me create UCAN. There have been people who, once I created UCAN, have helped me with some of the management challenges, some of the legal challenges. Yeah, I think mentors have played a big role in my life, and I play the same role for people who are trying to do the same thing I do. Well, working at UCAN means I don't have a life, because it is my life, and it's a fun life. So has it made a difference in my life? Yeah. I mean, the truth is, like I said before, anybody who has a job that they can feel is so much fun and so satisfying that when you go home at night or when you spend time in your free time, you have this innate satisfaction that other people who interact with you can feel, that you just love life. And I do love my life, and UCAN contributes largely to that because 8 to 10 hours a day I'm doing stuff I enjoy. My biggest hero actually never existed, except in the minds of some really clever writers. My hero is Jean-Luc Picard, who's the fictional captain of the Starship Enterprise, or one of those Star Trek shows. I forgot which one it was. So truthfully, my hero is a fictional character because he embodied many of the qualities and many of the philosophies that I've, as an advocate, have adopted. There's no living person that exists who, to me, is a hero. A lot of mentors, a lot of people who I find I want are role models, but my hero, regrettably, hasn't been born yet. It's a question that's sort of like asking which of your children is your favorite. It's hard because each child or each project brings a tremendous amount of satisfaction and different types of challenges. I would say in many ways the project that had the most impact was the creation of UCAN, and that resulted from a regulatory complaint that I brought to the Public Utilities Commission in 1982, in which I asked for UCAN to be created. So my guess is that case spawned the creation of UCAN, spawned everything we've done since, perhaps might be the most important, and certainly probably was the most memorable in that it's the first time I'd ever had a chance to practice as an attorney.
Was that complaint about that there's no consumer action group here? Can you explain a little about
Sure,
that?
yeah. We brought a complaint against the Public Utilities Commission asking for the ability to place, for a consumer group, to place inserts in SDG&E's bills so that we could create a well-funded, capable consumer group to represent the interests of San Diego ratepayers who had not felt that they had had a voice at the Public Utilities Commission whenever SDG&E sought to raise rates. My benefits are hugely better than just about any private sector job, but they're not pecuniary or monetary benefits. They're the benefits of the satisfaction that you get from a job that is that satisfying and challenging. In terms of my financial recompense, what I get paid is probably a pittance compared to attorneys who have been practicing as long as I have, maybe a fraction. 10%. I probably make about 10% of what some of my peers, people who I went to law school with, make. And I should tell you, every time I go to a law school reunion, they all say, boy, I wish I could do what you do.
Wow. What was,
Sorry, that's
yeah.
You know, the question of what would San Diego be like without UCAN is probably something that has to be answered by others. It's not something that I think any of us here at UCAN can answer. That's a decision that both the public and history will likely answer. And I can only say that with UCAN here, based on the affirmation we get from the public and the contributions we get from the public and the real work and accomplishments that we achieve, that we're real proud that UCAN exists. But I think history and the public has to answer the question of what would it be like if UCAN didn't exist.
what is
I'll tell you one story that's sort of interesting. I remember going and giving a speech to a group, and I was introduced to this group. There was a Rotary or whatever. I was introduced to the group as San Diego's Dragon Slayer. And so I got to the podium and I said, it was very kind of you to describe me as a dragon slayer, but as you all know, I'm not a dragon slayer because dragons can't be killed. They can only be extinguished. And people sort of laughed because they expected I was going to say dragons don't exist. And in fact, dragons do exist. In the world in which we work, dragons exist every day. And we don't slay them, but we get them to change their policies, we get them to change their behaviors. And I think back a lot on that when people try to describe what I do. I'm not a dragon slayer, but I'm a dragon trainer.